In this problem, the question says, using the graphic calculator and find the real zeros of the function. Using graphic calculator. So first of all, before using the graphic calculator, I'm going to use, finding the zeros. I'm going to equate this one to 0 to find the zeros, okay? So x to the power of 4 minus 14x squared is equal to 0. Then pull x squared out. Right? Then we have x squared. So what is x squared actually? X squared is x minus 0 squared. X squared is just x minus 0 squared. So we have two zeros. Or we have 0, which is 0, that has a multiplicity of 2. Then x squared minus 14, we can use what? We can use the difference of two squares, right? So the first factor is going to be x minus radical 14. The second one is going to be x plus radical 14. Right? Good. So we can use the zero property to find the zeros. So what is the first zero? The first zero is x minus 0 squared equals to 0. Or x minus radical 14 is equal to 0, or x plus radical 14 is equal to 0. So solve the first one. To solve the first one, I'm going to take square root to both sides. When you take square root to both sides, you're going to have positive and negative, right? So square root will be cancelled with a square. So what do we get? We get x minus 0 is equal to 0, because the 0, there is no positive or negative 0. You have only one 0. Then add 0 to both sides, you get x is equal to 0. So the first guy is x is 0. The first 0 is x equals to 0. The second 0, or just add radical 14, you get x equals to radical 14. And the last one, x is equal to the negative radical 14. So how many zeros we got? We got 3 zeros. The question says use your calculator and round to the 3 decimal places as needed. The first one doesn't need a calculator. We are good. The second one, you have to use the calculator. And the third one, you have to use the calculator to get the answer to the nearest 3 decimal places. And the first 0 is negative radical 14. Just you have to calculate this. Then 0, then radical 14. But the first 0 has a multiplicity of 2. The question doesn't ask you about the multiplicities here. We have 0 is a 0. When x is 0, y is going to be 0. And it has a multiplicity of 2. And this guy has a multiplicity of 1. And this one has a multiplicity of 1 as well. Okay? So what is the radical 14 to the nearest 3 decimal places? So this is 3.742. Not 1, 2. Okay? And this is negative 3.742 as well.